Howdy, it's Sandstarmy. I'm back, this time with episode 13 of my hardstuck to GM with Kiriko challenge. And I have some good news. I did climb from Master 4 to Master 3. Although I will say, I played on Thanksgiving evening, which was kind of like the weekend games. And I think these have been some of the weirdest games I've played in comp so far. They were like really weird in terms of like the players that were playing. Some players would be throwing the games and I would have a thrower. The enemy team would have a thrower. There were DPS Moiras and actually like D-ranking players as well, and it was really weird. But yeah, I'll see which games to go over. I didn't get a chance to pin some of them, like the earlier ones. They had like a lot of like throwers. I remember one game had a Junkrat thrower where they just stayed in spawn all game, and another game had a Symmetra thrower where they were just staying in spawn. And yeah, it was a weird night for comp, but I just wanted to experience the weekend games that everybody says, and I think I got the full experience with Thanksgiving weekend. And it was kind of funny. It was like Black Friday and like Black Friday morning because I played really late at night, and this being episode 13, it kind of brings it to being like unlucky in a way. Alright, let's get into the first game on Eichenwalde. Alright, so looking at our comp, we have a Junkrat with... Oh, I think I remember this game now. I think they do have a thrower. The enemy team said they had a Moira thrower, but let's first check it out to really see, because I think I lose to them later on too. But yeah, we have Kiriko with Mercy here. I'm taking an off angle right now, just because I can right now. Getting away with it. Hear the Ash go up top. Missed some crucial shots on her here. I couldn't finish her off there. Let's just take a moment to look at this, because there is like a lot of chaos going on, and I need to be on point with this sort of stuff. So we have like a Mercy with Kiriko in this game. So I know that Mercy will like, she's a very consistent support, and she'll stay with the team, and her healing is really consistent, and that's really dependable when you do have to solo kind of heal, especially when I'm going for plays like these. And I already had that idea once I saw that we were teaming with a Mercy. And also we do have a Hog as well, so they should be like self-sufficient in terms of not needing me to always kind of play with them. That was my idea going into this. And we do have like a Junkrat and a Sojourn who do benefit from the damage boost, but I like to play really aggressive at times. And I'll see if like my flanking here did anything, but I do think that I should have been able to get the pick on the Ashe here. Like, I kind of got lazy with my aim, and I think it's important to take your shots, especially against characters that like to scope in. So let's look at this again. So I start down here. This is one of the kind of areas I kind of like just scouting, just to see if anyone's there. So I shoot the Lucio, which I think is fine because he was low. Almost finished him off. Didn't get a read on the wall ride. I shoot the Sojourn to force her down. Here's when I should have taken my time. Like, the Ashe doesn't even know that I'm there. And I know I'm getting pushed, so I just TP out. And while this is happening, I'm distracting them, which is really good. And I think I engage at a good time as well. And our Junkrat's doing a good job maintaining this position as well. So I think it's good positioning by my team to help me out as well. And I do know the Ashe coach is up top because it's a strong position she's able to set up there. So that's like a part where I just mess up. I just completely mistime the jump there. I let her walk into there. So close to finishing her off, but I didn't. But yeah, kind of distracting their Ashe here, which is good. Don't have to get the kill here, but we are pushing. Yeah, I decided to TP out here, which is interesting. Yeah, oftentimes I'll kind of play it a little safe, but I like how I've been taking these angles and kind of distracting them. Yeah, Ashe knows that I'm here now, so I get lucky here too, that my team engages off of that, and that's kind of what I'm also trying to go for, like, because this positioning by the Ashe, it's kind of risky too. Like, she really needs to land important shots here when she's up here, and she only has like a split moment, and I engage right now, so let's see how she knew that I was here. Maybe she just saw that I was there before and she expected me to be there again. But I do think that maybe I should have timed it a little better. Yeah, I kind of played it right in the open. She does get melted down though, which is good by my team. But I probably should have waited. That's something I need to maybe just do a little bit more of with these flanks, because if you play in the open, then I'll maybe get punished here.
Let me balance you out.
Yeah, I missed the rising shot. Lucio's turning for me, so I just TP out. I'm not really doing too much, but I'm trying to deny their DPS some angles at times. Yeah, there's nothing else to really Suzu on the enemy team, so I'm fine with Suzuing Dynamite if she's just gonna spam it like before fights. I like how I've been positioning though for the most part. I didn't have to do this. I could have just stayed with the team because I know there's a Mega there. Yeah, I overextend there, didn't have to push through there. I couldn't win there once the Kiriko TP'd in, so I just TP'd out. So I like the discipline that I've had with the TP. I like the duels I've been taking for the most part. So the reason why I'm playing a little bit more safer here is because I'm ready to use my ultimate. So let's see what happens here. It's my ultimate here. I Suzu'd there, which is interesting. Yeah, I'm in a weird spot right now. You're kind of taking angles. Okay, so our team was able to clutch that out. The only thing about using my ultimate to counter their Kiriko ultimate is that I can't really take an angle when, like I can, but I don't get the benefit of my ultimate. So that's something for me to maybe think about. To punish the Moira who's on me there. Yeah, Moira's an interesting matchup. Sometimes she could do a lot of damage if you miss, so if it's a really prolonged fight, she might win the matchup. Like the angle I'm taking. Yeah. So this was my mistake here. I was really focused on getting the Zarya. And I don't know if I get, like, if I'm using like good enough positioning here, because they do have a Lucio, they can push me. So let's look at this again. They know I like this spot now at this point in the game. Yeah, jump peek, she gets a body shot on me there. Yeah, even the Moira knows that I'm there. Yeah, once I got hit by the dynamite, I should have tried to TP out. And I think I was okay for the most part. It's just I was slow with my abilities here. So let's see how I got hit from their perspective. Was I using enough cover here?
60 seconds remaining.
Specifically Ashe, like if they know how to use their abilities well, they could really be a problem. And of course aim well as well. Yeah, once I got hit by that, I should have immediately knew I was getting pushed there. So yeah, they really did push me there. The Moira there tried to push me from before, and she knew I was there, and she went through the orb there as well. So I should have gone out of here. I should have kind of read the situation a little bit better. But yeah, I do end up getting picked there, and the enemy team, they're using their ultimates. I'm not sure if I could have made a huge difference, but I think looking back at it, I could have. Because they were down there, Zarya. We could kind of sustain with our hog. Play with the TP here. Yeah, I TP'd in right into danger, so that's my mistake.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
But for the most part, I think I've been playing alright. I like the angles I've taken. So let's see how I play this high ground for second point. It's a really important kind of point. It's really defensive sided, I think, if you maintain the high ground. Didn't want to peek the Sojourn there. This is a good pick on their Sojourn. Yeah, our Hog mentioned he was going to push the Ashe there, so that was good on the Hog. Yeah, the Suzu there, sometimes I just try to do it just to make sure they don't die. So I think it was okay. Yeah, I'm kind of like leaving the fight here. Probably not to play, I should probably stay more with the team. Because there are players who are critical. But yeah, I want to get a different angle, and I don't like wall climbing on these. These kind of wooden plank areas. Yeah, I think Tracer, it's really tough to get value sometimes with Tracer. But the Tracer is behind. I think she forces us to turn around, which is good in a way for them. Suzu for our Junkrat. I'm missing crucial shots on the Ashe here. It's a really kind of positioning based matchup, because if I'm in a good spot then I can win, but if she's in a good spot then I believe she will win the matchup. I'm kind of staying back healing. Don't really need to do too much because they're down their tank. Yeah, this is when our tank was telling us that the Moira was a thrower, a DPS Moira, but I don't think they're a thrower. I think they're that's just their style with Moira. Which is definitely has its place at times. Oh, Lucio's trapped, I didn't count for that. Something to think about with Junkrat on your team. I remember they called it out too. It was a little too late. So I want to wall climb. I need to wall climb properly on this wall. I always mess it up. So I plan on using an ultimate from up top, right? A Suzu for our Hog. Be back to the high ground. I'm in a tough spot. Get their Moira. Our Sojourn is down. Couldn't help our Hog there. I got their Zarya very low. Can't finish her off though. Their Ashe is forced to drop. They're Ashe low. TP out. Okay, I kind of maintained the high ground, and the team was able to capitalize. Denied their Ashe the high ground, which I think was really important. So I think that's the best thing I did in that last fight there.
Initiating match.
I don't have to heal too much, is what I'm seeing. So we're pretty much running the same comp, basically the same. So enemy team swaps to a Torb instead on defense, which I think is alright. I like how I've been playing with denying the enemy team space. I haven't been able to always get the kill, but forcing them down is also a good option. I like how I haven't always been overextending, so let's see how I do on this attack. Their Moira was trying to flank. It can definitely work, but our Hog punishes her. He's one of the characters where you can really punish flankers. I do hear someone else there, and I had an idea it was someone, but didn't know it was the Ashe. Yeah, I think the Ashe is a good player, because they understand to contest me at times, but I think their team is slowly giving up because they think that because they have a DPS Moira, they can't win.
Under my protection.
Come on, let's move this payload. My ultimate is charging.
Missing crucial shots here. Suzu there to reload. I TP'd out here. I didn't really have to do that, because I kind of gave up the high ground. I left our Hog alone. So that was a mistake on my part. Because Hog is one of those characters where he can contest basically any character. And especially if I help him out, he should be able to stay there. So that was my mistake. Yeah, I'm not sure if the enemy team touches here. No, they don't. So that was like a really quick game. The enemy team, once they thought that, oh, we have a DPS Moira, they just kind of gave up. And I think the Moira playstyle can work, but she needs her team to also help her out. And I think I even lose to that same Moira later on in one of the games, so it just goes to show that they can definitely win games. And for this map on Eichenwalde, I like the angles I took. I contested their DPS at moments, specifically their Ashe. I liked my engagement timings. I liked how I didn't stay into like unfavorable fights. I could have definitely survived better on first point the time that I did get hit by the dynamite after they beat it. So yeah, I should have definitely just retreated. So I need to be faster with that just in case, because certain players will definitely punish me, and Lucio's speed boost is something I have to be aware of because they can definitely rush Kiriko, and I have to be aware of that. But that's what I learned on Eichenwalde. The next game I'll review is New Queen Street. I think this map sometimes has to glitch, but let's check it out. So I've been playing a lot more supportive with my team, and I don't think it's always a bad thing, because I realize you do get a lot of ult charge with healing, and then I could do a lot of DPS with my ultimate and plays. So let's see, we do have a Lucio with Kiriko, so I think I'll be playing more with the team. Let's see what happens. I take an angle here at the beginning, and Winston goes in. I'm thinking mostly to stay with our Winston, but I'm also not sure where our team is really playing. I see Suzu late there. Get the pick on the Reaper. Our Winston does get picked though during that time. So that's just my positioning here. Like looking back at this, like I took a long flank with Kiriko and I realized I'm better doing like short off angles than long flanks, so that was a mistake by me. We do end up swapping to a Mercy instead of a Lucio. I think that's understandable. So they do have a hog, it'll be tough to deal with. I didn't even try to help our Bastion there, so that was my mistake. So yeah, so far not the best. Like I've been kind of tunneling in with our Winston and not looking at our other DPS, so that's my mistake. The Reaper is up top. All Wraith on the Reaper to punish him though. That was good. Yeah, I kind of just want to get out of here for now and reset in a way. I didn't Suzu him there because I don't think he could really get punished. He could get punished now, but he's using cover, so I still don't Suzu him. Suzu our Winston, just in case. Yeah, I think so far the plan, like, I do get slept there. I don't TP in with our Winston there because I don't have Suzu as well. So the Sana's been getting really good grenades. Do get a pick. It's just on the hog right now. So I've just been playing back. I think I need to apply a lot more pressure on their team though. So now we're slowly getting our footing. I Suzu for a Winston. He really wants to push. Yeah, use this cover there. So then he'd have to drop if he wanted to get me. Reaper does get punished. Yeah, I mentioned I could stay on point, and maybe that was like a mistake on like looking back at some of these games. I kind of just stay on the point, and it's kind of important that I maybe don't stay on it because I want to help certain teammates and control angles, but I can't really do that if I just stay on point. And we do have two others on point, even though I asked them if they could push up because I'll stay on it. So that was my mistake for not adapting to how the teammates wanted to play there. Do we get lucky I don't get hooked there? Use my ultimate here. Yeah, I use my ultimate, but my team isn't pushing in, so it's a tough spot to be in. Yeah, this is like classic case of just wait for my tank to use my ultimate and look at my team. So that was a big mistake by me there. Kind of wasted ultimate from my end. I could have definitely won that. Yeah, I know the Reaper's on the corner there. Punishes him, which is really good. Ana gets punished for pushing up a lot. Our soldier's behind them right now. Try to help him out. He's taking a huge flank. So that was nice by our team. Our hog really punished them for overextending, which is good. Yeah, this is probably my mistake. I should have noticed this player likes to play on the point and move the robot. So I definitely should have pushed up and taken angles. Yeah, I don't think they hog there. I help him there so he gets hooked.
My senses are sharpened. Thought they were dead, but
We'll help our Mercy there.
thanks for the touch up. The breeze brings relief.
And now I think there's like a lot of miscommunication with our team in terms of pushing the robot. and fighting. Her hog is pushed up a few times and they're getting a little punished at times. That was a risky resurrect there. Yeah, I need to be aware of the hog and the Ana. I don't know if I had to cleanse there. I'm having a hard time with my ability usage versus the Ana here. So there, gets punished again. So this Ana and Hog have been punishing our team a lot, which is good on them. And I'm in a spot where I have to decide which one do I use it for, my Suzu. Sometimes I've been using it for teammates that get hooked, sometimes that's what I've mostly been using it for, but I've been wasting it a lot as well. That was a good hook by our Hog. Ana's over there. I get punished there. I should have been there. That was my mistake. I should have taken the duel with the Ana and finished her off. And I shouldn't have played in the open against Hog. I should have been on the high ground. A little too defensive at times because I kind of want to push the robot. But I also need to realize, okay, we need to get positioning to be in better spots.
Robot's ours. They got the robot.
A lot of headshots on the Hog right there. Forced the take a breather. Go up top to challenge the cast. Suzu. He's close to winning that. He's getting help from Mercy. I should TP out. So this is similar to before where the Lucio on Eichenwalde got helped by the Kiriko. Once that happens, I should just teleport out, give it up. I Suzu for our Hog, just because it might be a lot of damage. Suzu again for our Hog there. And the Ana's getting like her nade, like for free in a way. Yeah, I tried to land headshots, but had a hard time finishing off anyone. So in this scenario, it's kind of the classic, oh, how do I beat Ana with Kiriko, and I'll think more about it, but this game I've been getting outplayed by their Ana in terms of ability usage. Just TP out there.
Supplying damage increase.
60 seconds remaining.
You powered up. Nice.
Taking a risky fight here. I want to stay here. That's why I used my Suzu there, and I don't have it for my team. So it's a big trade-off. I think it works out though.
What's up?
The angle I took. So there I didn't really outplay the Ana's abilities there, but
30 seconds.
in terms of the damage trade-off with positioning, I was able to perform there. I'm on the robot, and this is a weird situation to be in. Like I mentioned many times to our Mercy that I'll be on the robot. Nice Suzu. In case he gets picked there, but I don't have it for the Ana here. Or the Cass. Yeah, like this position feels weird to be in now because I'm just here. Too late with the Suzu there. I'm forced to use my ultimate here. Yeah, I do end up getting picked.
This is our chance to knock them cold.
Rip. But yeah, looking back at that, I played a lot on the robot to push it on New Queen Street, and I got punished for it because I would be playing in the open a lot, and at the end there I had a decision to make, And I probably just should have been like, okay, my teammates will stay on point. I'm going to take the angle. I'm going to take the duels. I'm going to take the flanks. Because when I do those things, I apply a lot of pressure in a way to where they have to look at me. And it splits their attention away. And in terms of like what I learned on this map specifically with Kiriko, like if I tell the team that I'm going to push the robot and they want to push it, I should just do what I normally do and take the angles, take the high ground, take the flanks. And in terms of Ana versus Kiriko, their Ana had like a field day with me. Like I would be using the Suzu for the hog, and then she would just use her abilities right after. And it was really tough to play against her. Also because I don't think our other utility was able to counter her as well. Like for example, we do have damage boost and resurrect, and it saw a little bit of play, but I don't think anyone was like performing really well with the damage boost. For example, you could damage boost Hog's hook and he could win the matchup there and force the Ana to maybe use her abilities to help her Hog more, instead of just always looking at my Suzu, protection Suzu ability. But yeah, in terms of what I should be doing differently when I'm looking back at this, I think when I did take those angles, I was able to apply a lot more pressure and I could force the cooldowns. I never really took the duel with the Ana, or I never really saw her, so she's kind of playing in their own backline and she's just supporting her team better than I'm supporting my team. And I'm trying to help them against Hog's hook, but they had a really nice like synergy there where they knew that I'm gonna Suzu against the hook and then they're just gonna use the Ana's abilities right after. So what I can do differently is I can maybe pre-heal against the hook, is what I'm thinking, and I could like solely just Suzu against Ana's nades. But in terms of trading with like Hog v Hog, I need to apply more pressure. Like the damage is what is going to separate like the matchup to me, is what I believe. And I need to either take the angles and force like a 1v1 situation with the Ana, or distract the enemy team so they invest resources so our Hog takes less damage so he can win that matchup there. But yeah, that's what I learned on New Queen Street. Don't always push the robot, take angles, apply pressure to Ana. These are things I know, but it felt like it was really hard in this game because at times it didn't seem like anybody was pressuring their team as much as we were getting pressured. And maybe that's just how it is if I'm not the one who's applying pressure, so I need to be the difference there. But that was New Queen Street. Let's look at Lijiang Tower.
Now arriving at Lijiang, ready for battle.
You check out the new Antler album?
You've heard of this?
Alright, so looking at our comp here, it's a comp where I'm gonna have to be like healing a lot, because yes, we do have Junker Queen who heals herself a little bit, and Reaper who he's not like self-sustainable, but he also needs help at times. But we're playing with a Lucio, so I'm gonna have to heal a lot. And we do have a Hanzo, so let's see what happens. Enemy team is running Kiriko, Ana, Junkrat, Rein, so Ana to Suzu against, and Rein's ultimate as well. And immediately get my Suzu forced because I'm not healing. So that's on me there. Yeah, I haven't been doing a good job helping our Junker Queen here at all. Yeah, I get my Suzu forced very early, and then I get it forced because I'm not in the best position to help the team. So I need to be better at that. Ryan was really low, not anymore. I think I remember this game. We had a really hard time pushing. Yeah, I Suzu'd there. I Suzu'd not everybody though who got purple. And the tank was asking me why I didn't Suzu them. And I think they don't realize that others were Suzu too. But that was a good pick by our Hanzo. Yeah, when you don't mirror the Rhine in a choke, it's kind of hard sometimes. Unless you know the matchup. And our tank is taking an angle. I thought they had Shatter here, so that's what I was playing with cover. Tank gets picked there.
Infused with light.
Poor Alonso. He's kind of trying to frontline, and it's tough as well. We do swap to Orisa, so the matchup should be simpler. She has a little bit more sustain there. I should have Suzu'd our Junkrat here, but I Suzu'd myself. So that's definitely not the play. Because I could always TP, even though it's kind of risky at times. But it's my ultimate here instead. Push through. I know they have Shatter. I tried to use it, but I was too slow on it. And no cover there. So yeah, this first round was pretty tough. Like we were in a situation where we had to push together, and we don't have the shield, and we're all kind of going in one direction. We didn't take angles, and their team really controlled the map. And at this point, I'm not sure if playing with the team will change anything. I'm thinking maybe flanking, but at the same time, it's really risky as well, because it's in matchups that are tough to win, like Junkrat or Genji. But let's see what happens. Yeah, they do have a Pharah this time, Pharah and Reaper, so let's see what happens. So I'm shooting their Rhine a lot. I'm not really... And I used my Suzu early there. Didn't have to do that. I need to have more discipline with the Suzu. To help our Sojourn. Yeah, like there I had discipline with it. To not like just use it. Use it there. I used it there, but our Zarya does get charged. It's a nice wall climb there. I could have TP'd there, but I decided not to. Probably a mistake on my part. So yeah, we've been having a hard time pushing in, and their team just has a lot of the space. They could kind of do anything they want. Yeah, I remember our Widow didn't realize that the Reaper was there. I Suzu'd there. Probably didn't need to, but I felt like we were really under a lot of pressure there. So at this point, we just have to somehow make plays. I think Widow's a good matchup versus Pharah if you know it, but sometimes it could be tough. You stack support utility there. I think it's fine. Let's have Shatter. I don't have Suzu for it. We do end up winning this fight. Used a few ultimates though, but I think that was good by our DPS. Yeah, when given space, they definitely can do work. So we play safe here. I'm surprised I play safe. I realize they do have a Symmetra here. TPing the point. Suzu's our soldier, not our hog. This is coming back. Yeah, too late on the heal for our Ana there. In a bad spot, and I get punished. Yeah, I don't think we end up touching here.
Okay.
I remember that.
I win.
But yeah, that was a really quick game. Let's look at this last fight here. 'Cause I think it's an important one. So their Orisa is coming back, and she's coming back main, and I don't help our Ana here. I think I'm slow with the healing. Did we press no Wraith? Our Widow gets the Sim. Yeah, the tracking there could have been better. And then I TP straight to our hog. And our whole team is turning around to help against the Orisa. But I think like the Reaper used his Wraith earlier and the supports are there. So this Orisa is like making a lot of like space in a way. And I TP right into danger, so that was my mistake too. So I'm right there and I get hit by the nade and I'm already low. And the Ana punishes me there as well. And I don't have Suzu up. So I'm interested to see what I used it for. Just a little earlier. So I used it for our Sojourn here. Yeah, it just shows that the nade cooldown is like 10 seconds and then the Suzu is 15. So those 5 seconds do make a big difference. I'm in a bad spot. I get hit by the Ana once and then twice and Reaper as well. Rip. But yeah, that was my mistake. It's something for me to think about again.
I win.
Like this has been the second game, New Queen Street being the first, and now Lijiang, where I'm getting punished by Ana because mostly because like their cooldown is shorter than mine, and they're gonna win that exchange every time because I'm just not gonna have it. And that Ana was like a good player in terms of understanding, okay, gonna just throw it out here because they used it earlier. So I either need to apply pressure better, or I need to have like a lot more discipline with the protection Suzu and only use it when someone is critical and being pressured by like the anti-nade. Something for me to improve in terms of the matchup. And it's interesting because I understand the matchup playing as Ana as well, but it's really tough when the team doesn't really apply pressure to the Ana, like when she can just kind of use her abilities for free, because it's always going to make make plays in a way. Like that Ana, her abilities are so impactful, and Protection Suzu is good. It's a really nice ability, and the cooldown is longer for a reason. But I need to find better use of like my damage, and I didn't heal my teammates well enough there, like my Ana specifically, and I didn't also apply pressure to their team. So I need to be thinking about that a lot, because one of the matchups that I think is interesting is Ana versus Zen. And like in theory, like just based off of their abilities and ultimates, like Ana would beat Zen, but if the Zen applies a lot of pressure to the Ana, then he can win the matchup. It's kind of like my thought process there, but I'll have to think about it. I'll have to probably go to make plays here. I can't let Diana just sit back and let her choose when to use her abilities. I need to apply pressure, and that game it was hard because our tank also needed a lot of help to push into what they were running a lot of the times. But I think at that end of that last fight there, I should have played it a little differently with my positioning. I was playing a little too far back, and I tried to help our Ana, but I was a little too slow. So yeah, I realized like I'm often in too many places at once, and I'm not trying to help optimally. So I need to think about that. I need to be more aware of like where everybody is on the enemy team and teammates. I should have known the Orisa was coming back and to pre-heal our Ana and help her out. But yeah, applying pressure, being aware of where teammates are on the enemy team, something I'll think more about after learning this concept on Lijiang. Alright, let's get into the next game, which is Midtown.
Now entering Midtown, ready for battle.
Well, I have to go through this in one go because of the replay glitch.
Ready for battle.
Okay, so we are running Moira Kiriko with Genji, Junkrat, and Hog. So, on the enemy team, nothing to really cleanse against except for Hog. I take this little flank here, don't do much with it, and I TP out. I'd rather play it safe here than go for crazier plays.
I've got you.
Nice headshot on the Hog there. Kind of playing out in the open. Yeah, I get really lucky I don't get hooked there. Oh, so I should definitely like... I need to have a plan on this map because I just don't have one. Yeah, surprise our Junkrat won that fight there. Really good on them there. Should have probably helped our Genji, but it's kind of risky. I didn't want to go in there. I just completely missed the Suzu. I used cover there, which is good. For a Junkrat here. So I'm not really doing anything here. I'm just kind of playing it safe. And once this turret's up, I'm having a hard time.
That feels better.
Genji does get hooked there.
My gift to you.
So Genji pressures me, but I'm not completely out. I didn't shoot the Lucio there, that was my mistake. I ended up just leaving the fight there. I didn't really make a difference there. I couldn't land any crucial shots. I was healing fine there, I think, for the most part. But I just didn't do any damage. And that's a part of Kiriko's kit that I've been struggling with.
The payload.
Like, I've been having a hard time combining good healing and damage. That's a good pick. Did I chop their Genji there? I had to drop. I didn't have to jump there though.
Feels like sunlight, huh?
I kind of want to stay here and contest them a little bit. That's a nice pick by our Junkrat. They've been doing well so far. Yeah, I'm missing like crucial shots here. These should be headshots. Use my ultimate on the high ground.
Sometimes it takes two.
The turret there. Suzu there. So I liked my positioning on the second point. Didn't really like how I played it for first point. So let's see what happens here. I'm just trying to deny the turret, deny the Genji from getting a lot of space here. Trying to punish the Hog at times too. Just force me down. think I need to help our Junkrat, yeah. You've been doing a good job with their positioning. They do get punished there though. You know, we're backing up here. Try to help our Moira. It's a nice heal by our Genji. I think that Suzu helped a little bit. It was for the hook. Maybe not completely necessary, but I think it helped. I remember our Genji was saying they don't know how they're alive there. Oh, I didn't Suzu the... Like, I think I need to learn like how much damage this hog combo does, so I could have an estimate how much it does against hog and how much it does against like squishy targets. I know it one-shots, but I don't want to have like a hard rule where I just Suzu for squishies and I don't Suzu for hog. So I'll have to think about it. There's nothing else to really Suzu as well. But yeah, we're kind of just maintaining the high ground here. Nothing too fancy. I'm playing it safer too, because I know they have a Torb and it's harder to flank with him and his turret. Maybe I need to be more aware of the turret. That was a good Suzu for a Junkrat. So I'm just kind of like playing defensively, peeling back for our team, because they're doing work. That was a good hook by our hog there. Yeah, I think I've gotten better at playing a supportive Kiriko. I think I could definitely see myself struggling when they have a lot of things to protection Suzu against.
60 seconds remaining.
Let the Kitsune
The ultimate from the high ground. Junk's in a weird spot. I wonder if I helped them out. Oh yeah, I gave away their position there. Probably didn't have to do that. I kind of hurt my teammate there. In a weird spot. Nice headshot on Lucio. Punched the hog there. It's funny. Using our Moira ultimate. Nice hook by the hog. Yeah, they might touch with Wrecking Ball. I drop here to contest against him. I have their Kiriko too. Nice ultimate by their Kiriko. She does get punished though. It's hard to punish Wrecking Ball as Kiriko sometimes. Try to punish Tor because he's right there. The enemy team had a hard time here. Nice finish there.
The battle ignites me.
Yeah, so nothing too fancy there. I was just like on point. Maybe I didn't have to be. And the enemy team had a lot of ultimates there actually. They could have brought that back, but I think the positioning we took on the high ground, it really hurt them. Like, they couldn't really push and use their ultimates. So I think we had a good kind of plan there. So this round we're pretty much running the same comp. I think we did fine. Enemy team, they are running Sojourn instead of Genji Soldier. And they also are running a Zen. I think I go to help our Junkrat here, yes. I go to help them out. I find that they really like to make plays. So I definitely try to help them here. They really helped me out there. Really good play by our Junkrat to help me there. And to trap the Sojourn. I get lucky I don't get hooked there. Need more cover. I have to rely on my movement. Oh, I kind of gave away his positioning. I haven't been doing a good job with our Junkrat here. I'm kind of just maintaining the high ground here with them. Holding the hook. Yeah, I like how they position. Like they're staying on the high ground, applying pressure in a way. Suzu there, I thought I was gonna get hooked. I'm not even looking at her hog, and I get punished. Yeah, first point I have a really hard time. I don't have any sort of really plan, any real plan. I am just like going with teammates, and that's pretty much it. I need to like really figure out the map layout here and have an idea of what's good here. That was a good hook. Don't have any Suzu there. We do, so should be thinking about that. Suzu there instead. Our Ana does get picked there. I don't have my ultimate yet. I decided not to use my ultimate here because we're down 2. Now we're down 3. So I think that was good discipline by me there to not use my ultimate. So we do have our support ultimates here. We're very close to Blade. So I kind of stay with the team here. I'm not really going for flanks. Nice hook by our hog again. I Suzu him in. The soldier's looking at us from an angle. I kind of forget to heal our Junkrat there, but I woke her up by mistake. That was a big mistake by me there. I don't know if I'll get out here. Yeah, their Zen really pushed up. I remember I called it out. I think that was a mistake by their Zen. I told her Genji right side. And our Genji does punish the Zen, which is really good. Because our spawn is right here, so. And the Zen is really important for the hog. For our hog versus their hog. Yeah, he's under a lot of pressure now. Our hog is okay. Yeah, even here, like I'm playing on point and I don't really understand like where else to play. Good pick by our Genji. Nice punish by our Ana there. So yeah, they're down their Torva and their Zen, so I should be thinking, okay, time to go up top. I could flank here because no turret for me to worry about for now. And I could flank if there is a turret as well, but I'm not even like looking at his positioning there. Nice headshot on the soldier. Able to get the turret there. Yeah, I don't know what our hog was doing. I don't know if they were AFK or not, but yeah, they're standing still there. Oh, I think they're just waiting. Genji bladed there alone. It's definitely. I understand why. It's good to force them off the high ground. So our Junkrat's been doing a great job against the Torb and his turret. Suzu there. Other hogs behind as well. Around there. Use of cover, really. Under a lot of pressure here. Junkrat hits the soldier, which is really good. This is a really messy fight here. I'm in a weird spot. Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in. Junkrat gets another pick. I just have to go up top now. I think as soon as I'm like, okay, the turret's gonna be down soon, so time to get a good spot. Yeah, I think the high ground is really good here. He just tries to contest me for a little bit. Okay, and that was the end. Yeah, I think I should have been up top maybe a little earlier, or I need to think about where else to play. I think I did a good job down there helping our team, and our Junkrat made a lot of plays there. He really helped against Torb. And I had the idea, okay, once Torb is out, I can flank, and our Junkrat really enabled the supports there, specifically me to take a different angle at times. Even though I didn't really take a different angle, I kind of stayed a lot just supporting them, because they were under a lot of pressure as well. And sometimes you're gonna have to just stay back and heal the team, because they kind of just want to muscle through the enemy team instead of taking angles, especially in a spot like that when we push the payload underneath but the enemy team is still contesting kind of under there. And I think their Genji tried to contest me for a little bit, but for some reason he just stopped. I think if we did end up dueling, I would then be forced out, but because he didn't force me out, I just stayed there. And at times I find myself just kind of tunnel visioning on the tanks, and maybe I need to look at the squishier targets when I'm in these high ground positions. But yeah, Midtown, I think I really helped our Junkrat at times. Sometimes I gave away his positioning, but they did help me out a lot, and I think it just shows that if you have a DPS that's taking angles and applying pressure, help them out. And for Midtown, I'll try to learn how to play better on first point. I think that's really important for me. But yeah, that's Midtown. Let's look into the next New Queen Street. This one was actually kind of funny because I remember it's the same tank from the last game that we're playing against the Hog. I don't know if I played Ana here. I don't think I do. Yeah, I remember I said I played Ana, but I played her for the first few seconds because the other person picked Kiriko. Yeah, now they swapped to Mercy. So then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play Kiriko here. So yeah, teaming with a Mercy, we have a Pharah, Torb, and a Doomfist. And I remember our Pharah kept ulting their tank, and for some reason Pharah's ultimate always makes me laugh, when they solo out, and then especially when they solo out same person repeatedly. but either way, I take an angle here, kind of staying close quarters this time instead of long flanks, which I think is a way better idea than last time. So yeah, already I could see I'm able to help the team here. I'm able to take angles if needed. I told the team here I'll stay on point, and our Mercy is definitely pushed up with the team, so I think that's good. Yeah, not much for me to do here. Kind of similar to the other New Queen Street game where I said I'm going to stay on point because I could always TP to somebody if I'm under pressure. And this team understands to push up. So I think I'll mix it up as well. I get hit by the fire strike. It's not that good. Yeah, just playing it safe, supporting the team while our Mercy goes in with our Pharah. Nothing too fancy. I'm a little off with the healing there.
Proceed with me.
Our Mercy was teabagging there. Yeah, I thought I would be safe here against Shatter because I was expecting it, but I guess the card doesn't block against it. So something really important to know. Yeah, I had a hard time TPing. I'm in a bad spot, so I'm like, okay, just contest here for now. So the taxi does not block Shatter, so something for me to keep note of for next time, because I definitely expected it. Suzu there, I messed it up though. He got body blocked. I have to push up here. He's tried to use our ultimate up top. Some of the games here are just really kind of weird. Oh, poor Moira. So yeah, kind of stay on the robot. I probably should push up a little bit.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
But my idea was that okay, Pharah's gonna be pocketed by the Mercy, so I'm gonna just stay back and help the team. Yeah, I didn't Suzu against that. That was my mistake. I'm not even there to help our Pharah with her ultimate. Or Suzu that. So I haven't been doing a good job against their hog at all. One of the main things to Suzu against, and I'm not even Suzuing it. I said I was gonna die on point here because I let my team die, so nothing really to say there. Other than help my teammates against Hog's hook.
I'm with you.
Other things I could help them against are like Cassidy's grenade and Ash's dynamite. But I think the hook is the most likely thing to defeat them. Yeah, I should have Suzu'd there. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm not really trying to help them.
Let's put a stop to that.
I was just thinking the fight was over, so I probably shouldn't just Suzu that. And their, I see their hog is so trying to ult our team there. Did I TP in there? I do. I get punished. So this has been like a common habit of mine where I just TP in and I die. So I need to really be aware of like the positioning, my surroundings when I teleport in like that. Especially when I use Suzu, because I use it and I'm kind of in the open. Or I am in the open. Didn't heal our Pharah there. Try to help our Mercy there. Suzu there just in case. Help against the dynamite. Do end up swapping to Orisa off of Doomfist, which is interesting. I think it's because most hogs have a really hard time against Orisa. Suzu there. Didn't have to. My healing, like, I'm not like fast enough, so I'm forced to Suzu when I don't need to. A really common mistake by me there. I need way more discipline. It's like Ana using her nade to heal her teammates. It's something I need to really improve at. I'm just letting teammates get punished here for no reason. I'm staying with the team here. I use that ultimate to push in there. I usually there just so she doesn't take damage, much damage. Yeah, nothing really to really say. Like our Pharah's here too. I should be taking some angles. I shouldn't be so scared to to just play on the robot. Yeah, I am helping them out in the back a lot. Like on the Suzu there. So yeah, if my positioning was better, instead of just always playing on the back line and safe, I could definitely have helped our Orisa sooner there. Be out there. Tried to help out our Mercy. Late with the Suzu again. Just too slow with reacting to it. I missed the Suzu on her far there. I got lucky that the Ash didn't headshot her. So both teams now have a Mercy.
The breeze brings relief.
Actually not sure if they always had one. Mora's behind.
Might hurt more than usual.
She was going for a little bit of like a distraction.
Like sunlight, huh?
Which I respect. I go for the same things all the time. Nice Suzu. The first Suzu ever that helped someone. It's my ultimate here. Need to get more value with it on the trails, yeah. Nice pick by our Orisa. Need to really help her. Yeah, I kind of forget about healing here. I just move the robot as much as I can. So yeah, kind of the same issue I've been having where sometimes I just push the robot and I just... Like, it's good to push it and get close spawn,
Done playing around.
but we were still fighting and that was my mistake. Like, I put myself in a bad spot, like out of the fight, because I'm pushing the robot. When we could have won that fight and pushed the robot even more.
60 seconds remaining.
Yeah, so we do have an Echo and she's tough to deal with, so I'm just kind of avoiding her. I'm not accounting for our Orisa gold or fortify. With her Ash positioning. Help our Orisa deal with that. Yeah, so our tank has been doing a good job. I haven't been like the best support with helping them. One with angles, two with like helping them win fights. I do get forward spawn here. Yeah, kind of playing really safe. Not really doing too much. Not sure what to say. Like, I should be up top there. Like, I should be contesting that angle for our Pharah. But I'm like so focused on like main for some reason. I don't know. And by the time I want to go up there, it's way too late. Yeah. I'm in like horrible spot. These are our Pharah. Yeah, we ended up winning the fight there though. I got lucky that the team clutched it out, and again the same issues I've had on New Queen Street where I'm either just focused too much on main and I'm not like accounting for like my team at all, or the enemy team for that matter. I'm just like pushing the robot because I gave up so much of the map, didn't contest their DPS at all. I'm just like looking to get carried by my team. And in the previous New Queen Street, that didn't happen. And then this one, like, that one didn't happen because I was getting outplayed by the Ana constantly. And even this one, I didn't really help my teammates out much with the protection Suzu. I messed it up a lot. I think I've only saved the Torb once. I did help the Pharah at the end there, getting her solo on the hog. But I'm just in the worst kind of position, which is just like behind the team main, and it's good for healing, but it's not good for applying pressure and seeing the whole fight and helping the team like how I kind of want to. So that's what I'll be working on for New Queen Street, my positioning. And I need to just forget about the robot because other players will contest it and they will push it. I think I did push it at times when, or contest the point at times when it was good. Like if the fight's lost, then just I could just die on point, or I could push it as much as I can while my team is dying because I know the fight's lost, so we could get forward spawn. So it was good in that regard, but overall with like especially the last fight, I should have been like contesting the Ashe on the high ground, forcing her attention away so that our Pharah can go in. Yeah, that's what I've been learning for New Queen Street. Do not push the robot, or do not only play main. Think about where the enemy team wants to play and contest their positioning. And also protection Suzus need to really know the matchup and be faster with helping my teammates against Hog, because he is one of the most common tanks now, and I need to protection Suzu to help teammates so he doesn't get value, or as much value. But yeah, that was New Queen Street. Let's look at Hollywood next.
Welcome. Ready for battle. Ready for battle.
So this map, running with Winston, Junkrat, Sojourn. The support duo is Moira and Kiriko, so it should be a nice comp. Enemy team doesn't have really anything to cleanse against. Discord if they really need it. Probably or cleanse against Dynamite, or when anyone's critical or needs help. And Winston goes in, I TP in with him. His shield was getting really bursted down, so I just dropped. I'm just gonna stay up top with him. A lot of DPS, not enough healing there. He jumps. Has his shield up again. So I should be accounting for that. I go back to help our Junkrat. Our Moira's up top, which is really good. Do get the Zen. I didn't hear the Kiriko there. Get punished by the D.Va and Kiriko. So the team looks like they're gonna clutch it out here.
The spring flows anew.
Not sure. So I just kind of TP in without any care in the world, and I need to work on that. Both with like Winston, with having my protection Suzu at times.
Payload's heading out.
Yeah, I don't TP there because I know our Moira's up there, so I just kind of push the payload for now. I noticed in a lot of these games I'm just kind of pushing the payload, or pushing the point, which is okay, but I'm somebody that thrives when I go for plays. So I'm not really doing too much of anything here, not even helping our Winston go in. They're not really doing anything either. Like, you'd think their D.Va would contest here, but she's kind of just shooting in the open. Should have probably TP'd to him way earlier. I didn't have like the map awareness there to know that, okay, he's not getting the mega, he's somewhere else. You get 2 picks there though. Ashe messes up her coach. Yeah, it didn't help our Sojourn there. I was like, a Suzu there and TP out. Just had to TP out really. So I noticed this habit that I have where I burn my protection Suzu. It really plays a big factor in these games where I don't have it, because I kind of just use it. Like imagine if I had it here, for example. Need a TP out. Yeah, put myself in a bad spot in the open.
I'm with you.
No time for games. Let's move this thing.
Winston's looking to go up top. I don't know if I TP in with them. No, I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm really doing here. I'm kind of just playing it a little too safe. Even protection Suzu gets the diva, and then it's the same scenario again. So, like, I don't have a plan here, and that's a problem. So let's look back at this, like 3-person view, or like free view, and then like see like what am I really doing here? Because I don't really understand how I'm playing. So I should be contesting the high ground. That's like how I normally play. And I'm not doing that. And they have their Genji and their Kiriko up top. I should be at least forcing their attention on me so they can't have free reign up top. So like their Kiriko's up top, their Genji's up top, and their Ashe is actually on the low ground with a break. So that's interesting that they're playing the low ground. And let's see what happens to our Winston, because he's going for a flank, but I think he also goes for the high ground. So he actually tries to go for the Kiriko. And our jungler takes a lot of damage, and I don't help him out. So our Winston then jumps for the Genji. And I Suzu'd there, and I didn't have to. And I'm Suzu'ing there because like I'm just in a bad spot. This Suzu is like not necessary at all. It's just for myself because I saw the diva was in front of me. So I got it forced out, and she could have matrixed it as well. So really useless Suzu. And the thing is, I TP in with our Winston, and he even like uses his bubble too. So let's see what happens here. I'm just in a really bad spot. Like I don't have Suzu. There's nothing to really wall climb here. Like I can wall climb like up here, but I'm just in a bad spot initially, and I'm just TPing into like Kiriko's ultimate. So yeah, I'm not doing a good job with my positioning right now. Like I think I put myself in the mindset where I'm like, okay, I'm moving point, and then I'm still playing main, and I'm not contesting the high ground. And this point is really important for high ground control, because once the Ashe sets up top, it's really hard. Get out of the Genji after he dashes. Yeah, I didn't use any of my abilities there. I underestimate the brig. I should have definitely Suzu'd or teleported out. So another situation where I'm just putting myself in a bad spot. This is our Sojourn there, because I didn't know if she was gonna be okay. She does get picked there. Yeah, I don't have Suzu there, so I have to get healed there. So yeah, now I'm pathing on the right. So this is one of the first duels I actually take here, and our Joker gets 2 big picks. I kind of leave him too. Oh, bar Winston. So what I'm seeing here is that I just don't understand where the enemy team is, and I don't know where they are because of my positioning. I'm just playing main, and I don't have line of sight of them. That's my mistake. Like I'm TPing into all this stuff, and I'm just forced to use my cooldowns for myself. Yeah, get the point there. That was kind of lucky in a way. She was very low.
My gift to you. Help me move the payload.
Yeah, their bird couldn't get out. Their Kiriko's up top. She TP'd out. Yeah, it didn't help our Junkrat, who's actually like, who was up there, so another mistake by me there. So a lot of like playing on the payload in these games.
Washed away. What's that?
Yeah, I get bladed for free. So yeah, disappointing positioning on my part.
Done playing around. Got it.
I am playing like supportive, but I'm getting hit by everything and I'm just dying. I'm not applying enough pressure really with the positionings I'm playing in.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
I am peeling back though, I like that. No Kiriko there, no TP. Do I TP here? I don't think I do. No, I just stay on point. That makes sense because I've just been staying on point for a lot of this. TP there. Interesting. Surprised I didn't get anybody. Suzu there, TP out. In a bad spot. I'm lucky I don't get punished here. And more is saving me. TP out again. Yeah, I think I get lucky for the most part. I don't get focused down, and I get saved by my teammate. My Moira really helped me out there. So looking back at it, like I'm not setting myself up in the positions I want to be in anymore in these games. I'm just
They won't even know what happened.
I've gotten so used to just play on point that I just keep staying on point. So I need to get off the payload. So now that I'm given the map control and I don't have to fight for it, I do take these positions. I do get a pick there. Chunky Genji there. And Suzu there when I needed to. Now I TP out. They might have a hard time against our Winston. I get saved by the shield there. Our Winston shielded perfectly there for me. I probably would have been hooked at that range.
Sometimes it takes two.
So yeah, again, I'm saved by my teammate. Oh, they're really chasing Mercy there. Oh, the Kiriko TP'd in there. Oh, Winston needs help. So I decided to take a different angle. I think these are good angles I like to take. TP out. I'm playing pretty safe though for the most part. Do get a big pick there. Use the resurrect. Yeah, I notice a lot of Junkrat players in these games and they've been performing pretty well.
Like a gentle rain.
Yeah, enemy team is having a really hard time pushing. Yeah, I'm just taking these really safe off angles, not like flanking too much here. Counter Kiriko out there. Yeah, I don't get full use of my ultimate because I don't use it with cover there and I'm using cover. Let's just go back for a second here. So like, this off angle that I take, and this ultimate that I use, like it's a counter ultimate, but I don't use any cover. And I think, specifically this ultimate, like, I don't use cover here because I go back here. And I think it's important for me to maybe like think about the trail of my ultimate. In terms of countering their Kiriko ultimate, I need to like use cover and think about these things. Because it'll be better to like play here with cover and maybe control the flank here than to just back up completely over here. So I think I need to be thinking about that. Like I didn't want to go here because the far is up top. So I need to be thinking about those sort of things. I think we do end up winning the fight because I'm not using my ultimate here. I'm not charging my cooldowns. I don't really have to use it there. Well, our team is like winning these fights here. It's on the far there. I get pressure there at TPO. That was good. Didn't have to Suzu. My Mario is right there, so I need to be thinking about this. A lot of like my bad habits are showing in this game, and I'm getting lucky. Getting lucky my teammates are punishing the enemy team. Even though they're running double flyer with the Mercy, they are having a hard time against their comp, which is interesting. I'm missing easy shots on the Kiriko there. Yeah, I think the D.Va's trying to make plays, but she's having a hard time.
30 seconds remaining.
Yeah, really easy shots I'm missing. Oh my goodness. Holy Kiriko. Yeah, a lot of bad habits. I use my cooldown with my protection Suzu and I TP right into danger. Yeah, not a lot of good playing with Kiriko here. I'm just getting lucky my team is performing well. But yeah, Hollywood, I learned that I need to like take these positions again. And I think in these set of games I was so focused on just playing on point, and I really need to just get off the point and play well. Like I liked how I played on Eichenwalde with taking the angles, but for some reason that changed, and I just started to play a lot more safe and a lot less risky, and I need to take those risks, otherwise I just kind of leave it up to chance and hope my team pulls through. And I know at the end of this game the enemy team like had words for our team, and our team said that their D.Va was throwing and that the enemy Kiriko was throwing, but I thought they were fine. I think they just didn't really have a plan together. And as for me specifically, positioning is probably the most important thing that I've learned on this map, and I really need to improve on it. I also need to not get into the habit of like using my protection Suzu and then teleporting in to danger, or TPing in and then Suzuing and not having an escape option with my wall climb or positioning after. Let's get into the next game, the last one, Lijiang Tower. The second one here.
Now arriving at Lijiang, ready for battle.
So this game, running Doomfist, Torb, Tracer, Kiriko Baptiste, and they are running Sombra and Hog, mostly to cleanse against, and then they have a Reaper with Kiriko Baptiste, so same support comp. Let's see how I play it. So try to help our... yeah, I don't know how our Baptiste got picked there. Let's look at that, because I'm pretty sure he got hooked, but I need to be aware of that. Whoops.
got you.
Wait, I'm not sure if that was our Baptiste or not. Let's see. Okay, he's already like forcing the point here. Okay, yeah, I need to be aware of where he is because his positioning is important for me.
Under my protection.
And I didn't realize he was there. So now I'm gonna have to heal a lot more here. Yeah, I just messed up my TP there. I Suzu there. Yeah, I put myself in a bad spot in the open and I get hacked. And I just get hacked too. So I couldn't really help teammates out with how I was in the open.
Try again.
So not a good fight by me. In a bad spot, not aware of my teammate. So now I have to keep an eye on my Baptiste.
The breeze
That's what I'm
brings relief.
thinking. Yeah, we had a good Doomfist player. I remember this game. He sounded like he was from like a different region.
Objective.
Respect by our Torb. I Suzu preemptively there. Just because they were down their Sombra. So I'm like, okay, if I really needed to use this here, I would use it. But he gets like there, so it's a trade-off, I guess. Use cover there. Nice punish on the hog.
Restoring balance.
We're just on point here. Nice punch by the Doomfist. He really helped me out there. Because I would have missed against the Sombra there and been hacked. Yeah, I need better cover usage here in these close quarter fights. Tracer's doing a good job pressuring them. I don't want to take such a close angle there. Suzu there. Let's look at why I Suzu there. Like, I just kind of threw it out there. I didn't really understand like why I did that. I'm missing like easy, simple headshots because he wants to use the cover there.
Ultimate's charging.
Yeah, I missed my Suzu on our Doom there, and then the worst part is our Torb gets hacked, and I think our Doom lives because he ults. Yeah, he uses his ultimate, and then our Torb gets hacked, and then he gets bursted down. So I could have definitely saved our Torb there, and our Baptiste has his lamp or his immortality field. So they were expecting me to cleanse our Torb, and I used it on our Doom. So I didn't ult track for our Doom. That's something I really need to do as well, because sometimes I get into the habit of like cleansing for our Doom, but he has his ultimate and he's probably going to use it anyway. Like, a lot of them just kind of use it for themselves, the same way I'm going to use my protection Suzu for myself over like a teammate if like I'm super low and critical and they're purple or even hacked. So this makes sense. So I need to like ult track for our Doomfist, or like see if he has his ultimate, and if he's under pressure he's probably going to use his ult, and I should have just used my protection Suzu for the standard hack here. I didn't have to use it for the hook at this point because our Baptiste has his immortality field. So a lot of little mistakes by me here, and it costs us our Torb there. He ends up using his lamp here, and our Doom is surviving still. Some good shots. They do EMP here. Our Tracer's in a rough spot to be in. Yeah, she's been like face tanking because our Doom is. I think he went to get the Mega. Yeah, that translocator, I don't know what that was.
You're taking a lot of damage, huh?
I TP out once I'm being forced by the hog. Use the window out. This is a kind of a crazy fight, actually. I'm using a lot of cover here. I didn't have to do that. They weren't even looking at me here. Yeah, they're ignoring me and I'm contesting. Oh, I used my TP and the cooldown came off, but it just didn't work out there. Let's look at this again, because this is actually a really close fight here. Impeed our Tracer, Baptiste lives for a little bit. Baptiste uses his ultimate there, which is pretty crazy. Both Baptiste use their ultimate, so you gotta... Didn't have to Suzu there, no one was looking at me. Could have used cover here and contested at the same time and TP'd out, so my mistake. And our team clutches it out still, I think. Yeah, wow.
That was interesting.
So that was good contesting by Doomfist and myself and our Baptiste there. Our whole team really. Our Tracer did a good job tanking the EMP a little bit. Used my ultimate early here. I just wanted to fight them here. It did force the immortality field, which is good. Torb does get picked off there though. Can hit the Diva. Really need to heal our Baptiste here. Could take a slow fight here. Yeah, I'm slow with the protection Suzu and the healing. That was a fast fight. Oh yeah. I DP right into that. I was like saying, why is she still alive? That's what I was saying. Let's look at this again. Like, I'm healing Baptiste. I think the Reaper used the Wraith too. So yeah, I don't heal him there. That's the issue. Yeah, use the Wraith there, and the Diva mech falls right on top of me there. Our team is doing a lot of work though. We do go Lucio here. Yeah, the support's aware of my positioning. Helps me out there.
Hey, soothing your wounds.
Suzu there. Yeah, I could have teleported out there as well. So I'm just slow with my ability usage. A lot of habits I've been having. A lot of bad habits. Where I TP into danger, don't heal enough in the moment, or I'm just slow with my abilities.
Don't you ever want to settle down?
Maybe. Trouble is, I got some itchy feet.
I've got some powder for that.
So we're running a little different, few different things. We have the Ana instead of the Baptiste Lucio, and we have Cassidy instead. Enemy team has a Sojourn now instead of Sombra, so that's maybe a little different. Our Doom does get picked there. Need to be healing here, very important. TP out there. Suzu as well. Oh, that does get picked there though. I like how I'm not afraid to take angles though. I think I want to control the middle here, so I could see more point in their backline as well. Nice headshots on the Diva. It applies a lot of pressure on her. Let's finish on the Diva.
Let me balance you out.
Getting drowsy?
Yeah, I should be all tracking for what's going to be happening next here. Use my ultimate here.
Step right up.
Yeah, remember this was play of the game. For our Cassidy. I think that's definitely fine to use my ultimate there. I don't always have to mirror their Kiriko ultimate. I think it's fine if we win fights like this just with my ultimate.
I've got you.
Sponge Fire Doomfist. He's going in. I didn't know if I should help him out here or not. I decided to not go in there, which I think is okay. I think I could stall point here. Needed. Yeah, I'm under a lot of pressure here. Yeah, their Sojourn's already taking an angle. Like, they're expecting us to back up, so that's why they're already shooting there. I'm still stalling the point here. Using ults, which is really good for us. That was a good stall by our team. I remember our team was seeing that was a good stall.
Nanoboost is ready to deploy.
Okay, I learned from that. I've got you.
Nice pick by our Doom. Suzu them, just in case. Didn't have to. So I have this weird habit where I TP in and Suzu because they're critical, but I need to like just be a little bit more aware of positioning there. Even that fight there. Shot on the soldier. Where's my ultimate here? Suzu there as well, which is interesting. And then critical here. What? Yeah, I get picked first there. That was really important not for that not to happen there. I think we do lose that fight pretty much. Yeah. So let's look at this again, because I think it's important. This fight here. So let's look at this. So our Doomfist almost has his ultimate, and our Torb is taking like a heavy off angle. Yeah, they're pushed up and I'm backed up. I think maybe that's my issue here, because they don't even have their ultimate. I think I expected them to have their Sojourn ultimate, but they don't have anything else. So I should have been aware of this. And let's see. Probably could use my ultimate from up top here as well.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
Tracer gets hooked there. Their Torb is their Torb and their Hog are pushing here. A Suzu there, just because he was critical. Not landing any headshots here though. Yeah. The thing about this ultimate is that only like Ana and I could really benefit from it earlier on. Like I didn't account for where our Torb was playing, so that was my mistake. Looking back at this fight, I need to be thinking, okay, who's gonna really benefit from this ultimate here? And I didn't have to use it so early. I think that's a habit I've also had. Like I just kind of want to use my ultimate early so then we could win the fight. So then we don't give them a chance to use theirs and to like get their ultimate. Because I think their Kiriko gets her ultimate here too, and it kind of like this kind of hurts us in a way. And I should be thinking, how can I use this ultimate differently? And I've had like in the past where I remember in a different game I was like saying, okay, I'm gonna use my ultimate like this so then I could even take this angle, right? So then I could always back up to here if needed and like apply pressure and flank them too. And I don't even do that here. I kind of just, I'm so focused on like damaging them and I don't do enough damage to like their right targets. I'm just looking at the Hog. And I kind of give up this angle against their Torb, and it's really important to not give them like this space here. And just from like my ultimate perspective, like I know our Tracer does get picked here, and she can't use my ultimate, but I need to be aware of our Torb as well. Like, I think if he had like the benefits of my ultimate, we could probably spam them out better. But they took like a really wide off angle. And our Doom is like, he's trying, but it's tough, and I'm just not landing anything here. Like anything really important. Like, I'm so focused on the hog. There's a vape there. Yeah, if these were headshots, maybe things would be a little different. I did even get hit by the Sojourn. Yeah. And then by the time I turn around for the Torb, he's already here. I should have been fighting him a long time ago. And I'm in the open too. So that just shows like its positioning here. Like, I could have maybe played it like a defensive ultimate, like where I just do this one and then I maintain this angle and main. Maybe that would have been better to give them some space. But I think I should have been more aware of where they were playing. Like, even if I did use this ultimate and we didn't get the benefits of it, I shouldn't have been like playing only with it. I should have been like also controlling this angle. Looking back, I probably just should have like did a safer ultimate like down here, because our tracer is coming back too. So yeah, I get picked there in the open. That's my mistake. So now we're down my ultimate here, and sometimes we could be like, okay, let's lose that fight and then just use my ultimate to push and we could win the next fight in a way. But sometimes, like, that fight was definitely, we could have won that fight. Things were a little different. Beat in there, didn't have to. Yeah, we're all grouping up here. Tracer gets picked there, unfortunately. Yeah, she's grouping up with us too, and I think that is in the play there, so. Yeah, I really need to keep up the Tor because he had his ultimate. That's what I was thinking in the moment. I knew that was my mistake there. So this is what I do, which was fine. But at this point, we can't really do much. I thought I had to touch. But yeah, they even put the turret on the high ground, which is really good by them. Only really like on I can try to shoot it, but it's at such an off angle where you really have to like extend. Ana and Tor would have to most likely get it, but yeah. So now we're running a Lucio. Pretty much the same comp, and the enemy team has double fly with a Mercy, Hog, and Kiriko, so it'll be tough for us to deal with that sort of comp. I'm interested to see what happens, because I don't really remember. We do get the point control, so that's something that's interesting. The Torb goes right to point. I Suzu there because I thought the Hog was looking at me, but he was shooting the turret. Our team is performing well. So I think they were scared to cross the bridge because we had a Doomfist and a Lucio, so that's why they're hog flanked. And then he didn't really make space for his team there. They do have a sim here to go straight to point. Nice Suzu. Nice finish there. I think that was one of the best Suzus I did so far in this game. So that was good by our team. We do end up swapping to a soldier as well. They stay on the far, which is interesting. Yeah, they try the same TP strat again, it doesn't work. I think they kind of just want to just abuse Symmetra, but they don't really understand how to play her, really. I think that happens a lot with her on these sort of maps. I use my ultimate here. Yeah, they put the TP really close together. I think they messed up. Let's use it there. Beat there just in case. Our team gets theirs. Nice shot on the Mercy. Every little bit helps. Yeah, the enemy team is having a really hard time getting their footing here, it seems. Oh my god. Yeah, they just go right in. I don't know if they touch or not. Yeah, they don't end up touching. So our team really, they knew how to play that map well, and like our Torb got the point and the turret was on there, and then our Doom and Lucio were preventing them from getting to the bridge, so they were kind of split up, and then I think they went Symmetra to help balance that and to play together, but our team just punished them. And we definitely could have won on the second round, and it was my mistake for using my ultimate the way I did, and for getting picked soon, like first. I know our Tracer got hooked, but I shouldn't have been playing in the open and got picked by the soldier in there because of my positioning. So yeah, I need to control certain parts of the map way better and keep account of like where the enemy team is, where are they going, because when all the chaos is starting to go down, I need to keep that in my like the back of my mind, just to make sure that like I'm keeping everybody in check, because once Torb gets the middle area like how he did, it's really hard. Like even on like the second round when they beat us in that second to last fight, in the last fight, he put his turret on the high ground, and once he gets set up, it's really hard for Kiriko to do anything. So I really need to make sure I contest Torb, and he's a DPS where Kiriko can definitely win the 1v1, and it's easier to win it when he doesn't set up his turret, because once he sets up his turret, it's pretty much like in his favor, the matchup. But positioning, ult usage, and timing is, and comboing and synergy with Doomfist is something I learned on Lijiang. But yeah, I learned a lot in these games. A lot of the times I would stay on the payload, and I think I played progressively worse throughout these games, especially with the push maps in Hollywood. Didn't really like how I played on them. I did like how I played on Eichenwalde, and Lijiang for the most part, I was alright. I really enjoyed how I played on Eichenwalde the most. And I'll definitely be trying to experiment more and improve and work on my bad habits, especially Suzuing and then TPing out in the open and positioning. But yeah, after all these games, I did end up climbing to Master 3 from Master 4, so I'm close to my goal, and it's nice to be climbing, and sometimes I feel that I don't really deserve it from like how I've been playing, but I'm gonna keep trying, and I'm gonna keep trying to improve, so hopefully I can get there. The season is gonna be ending very soon, and I'm really close, and I know I can definitely do it, especially if I just work on my bad habits and perform mechanically and work on my positioning, all that good stuff. But yeah, that's it for Unlucky episode 13 of my hardstuck to GM Kiriko challenge. I'll see you guys in the next one.